Glad to have you with us for this NBA Cup action. And tonight, we've got the Minnesota Timberwolves playing against the Utah Jazz. Along with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce joins us from the sidelines. So let's take a look at the starters for the Utah Jazz. We've got George Filipowski out there with Walker Kessler. Then it's Bailey, and it's Markkanen in at the 3 spot. And for the Timberwolves, McDaniels at the 3 with Randall at the 4. Conley and Edwards make up the backcourt, and it's Gobert in at the center position, locking down the middle. And we're only a few games in, but already some surprises to this season, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. On the positive side, a couple teams have come together quicker than anticipated, and they are outperforming early expectations.
Now here's George. Turned in an outstanding game against Detroit. Shoots from the baseline. Out of bounds, the Timberwolves will take it. And so Conley will bring it up for Minnesota. And Gobert with the stuff.
That is right in Gobert's window. Make it easy.
Here's George. Markkanen outside. Pass to Filipowski. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Hey, take it right to the defense. Not a bad way to start this game.
Conley against George. Now here's Edwards. He's guarded closely. Yep, that one's good.
Well, we know this about Anthony Edwards. This guy, one of the stronger guards in this game. That's a tough finish.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's George. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Outside Conley. From outside the arc. Here's Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
Listen, at just over 7 feet, we know Gobert's going to be terrific on the glass.
And Utah has possession. 4-point game. And this is the first season matchup for them against Minnesota. George passes to Markkanen. Back to George. 5 to shoot to the right side. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. It's stolen. 3-on-3. For 3, George. No good there. Some solid defense from Edwards.
Boy, a chilly start for this basketball team. They are just 1 for 4.
And the ball out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards.
A sloppy turnover. When you're not locked in, you pay the price.
And it's Utah with the ball. Trailing by 4. George passes to Kessler. Conley against George. That's good. His first made shot in 3 attempts.
Just a gutsy play by George inside, finding the close range look.
For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. And the more experience George gets, the more confident he looks.
Well, Keontae George is an excellent athlete. He's got positional size to play the lead guard, but he's got to develop as a playmaker. He took that step this past season, and we know this. The guy is elite athletically. Like, there's a lot of good building blocks here.
Now here's George. Filipowski sets a screen. George passes to Kessler. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. And this game is tied up now.
We are talking 7 foot, 245 pounds. You better be able to finish it, Mr. Kessler.
And so it's Conley who brings up the ball for the Timberwolves. Randall a screen on George. Edwards for 3. Counted from distance. Edwards got 5 now.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
And it's Utah with the ball. Following the three-pointer by Minnesota. Kessler, a screen on Conley. George passes to Kessler. And stolen by Gobert. Here's McDaniels. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass.
That's just perfect execution. Nice job hustling, and as a result, he gets rewarded with the bucket.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Jazz trail by 5. George with it. Markkanen looking it over. Over McDaniels. Markkanen misses. The Timberwolves have gotten 5 of 7 shots to fall. Edwards, that's good.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
The Jazz shooting about 43% since tip-off. George against Conley. Markkanen outside. Clock at 6. Over McDaniels. Markkanen misses.
He's got a great defensive mind. He gets good position and affects the release.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
Now here's Edwards. Give him 8 points now. And it's blocked by Kessler.
Boy, there is a reason this guy has led the league in blocks. Walker Kessler sent it back.
Here's Bailey. His last outing, we saw him score 22. Here's Filipowski. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Outside McDaniels. Conley against George. Here's Edwards. Pass to McDaniels. Good. The assist goes to Edwards.
The offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. We're at about the midway point of the group stage. A peek at where things stand in the NBA Cup.
Yeah, while there's still some time to make up ground, you have to make your move quick. There just aren't many group games left.
Jazz trail by 10. Now George. Markkanen outside. Pass to Bailey. It's Markkanen on the wing. McDaniels covering. And that one's good. Markkanen.
Boy, he's got so much length that under duress, still able to finish. Go ahead, Lowry Markkanen.
And Gobert with the stuff.
Man, that was fast. They're already up by double digits.
Wow, they've come out strong. Control the pace, assert their will. Nice.
The Jazz have gone 4 of 10 shooting the rock in this first quarter. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves have elite shot creation, but it's finding that balance. Anthony Edwards said, "I'm wired to score the ball. I'm going to showcase my game, so it's hard to find that balance of when to pass and when to keep it and try to get going. Sometimes I feel like the right play is me." Back over to you, Brian.
Fills it up with the best. Okay, Allie, good stuff. And Minnesota has possession. Following the bucket by the Jazz. Picked by Gobert. 6 on the shot clock. And the shot goes in. Edwards got 10 points.
This guy has been in attack mode this quarter. The defense might want to intercede here.
Now here's George. Well, Grant, we've heard Anthony Edwards talk about trusting his teammates. He understands you need everybody.
Yeah, a lot falls on his shoulders offensively with this team, BA. So those playmaking decisions in the moment, a lot easier said than done.
And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, It's got to be a transition take foul. Free throw drops for Conley. And if you're looking for a steady hand to run the offense, Mike Conley has been the gold standard for years.
BA, one thing coaches love is knowing what they will get from a player every single night. With Mike Conley, that's high-level point guard play, a low-mistake player, a knockdown shooter when left open, but more importantly, the first and only thing he thinks about nightly is, how do we win this basketball game in front of us?
Boy, how about the timing, the delivery? That is exactly how you set a teammate up.
DiVincenzo, the pass to Conley. Back to DiVincenzo. Just 5 to shoot. The three. Sends it home from three-point land. And the Timberwolves lead by 12.
This has been just a dreadful start for them defensively. Not good at all.
To the middle. Here's Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
Wow, Kessler punishing the rim on that finish.
Minnesota leading by 10. And here's Conley. Pass to DiVincenzo. That one's good. And it's Conley who picks up the assist. DiVincenzo's got his second bucket of the night.
Outstanding long-range shooting here early. They already have hit multiple shots from downtown.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. And Minnesota with some changes. Miller's checked in for McDaniels. Shannon comes in for Edwards. And Dillingham subbed in for Conley. Then for Utah, Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Filipowski. And it's Collier in for Bailey. Jazz trail by 13. Here's Collier. Pass to Markkanen. Takes a three. Miller pulls it in.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Here's Dillingham. From deep. Connects from downtown.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
The Jazz have gone 7 of 14 and looking in control. Pass to Nurkic. Here's Collier. Reed defending. Fires it. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. George has got 6.
Excellent finish on the inside by Keontae George.
Outside, DiVincenzo. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Miller from outside, off the mark.
Boy, normally he makes that. Defense gets lucky there.
Here's Collier. And it's in there.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
We've got 1:48 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Dillingham. Pass to Shannon. Reed, a screen on Markkanen. Shannon's shot is off.
He forced that one. Not a productive trip up the floor.
And in a way, by taking that one, he's bailing out the defense. It's just too easy to stop.
Now here's Markkanen. The rebound by Shannon.
Boy, his struggles this quarter is not helping them right now. They may need to start going to somebody else on the offensive end.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
A chance here to catch up with Alley from the sideline.
I caught up with Coach Chris Finch. We talked about Lauri Markkanen, and I asked him how he wanted his players to guard him tonight, and he said we can't afford to lose sight of him out on the perimeter because he's a big that can really shoot it, especially when he's operating in the pick and roll. It'll be interesting to see how Markkanen fares against them in this one. Back to you guys.
And Allie, thanks. Here's Dillingham. Following the three by Utah. Reed, a screen on Markkanen. Shannon tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
Here's Collier. In his last outing, 10 points for him. Pass to Markkanen. 6 to shoot. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target.
This guy just simply can't find his rhythm, and sometimes that happens.
Out of bounds. Timberwolves ball as Minnesota keeps possession. Just a superb read on defense to come up with a block.
Yeah, I love that they maintain the defensive energy even when they're behind.
Five ticks left in the first quarter here. Here's Randall. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. And the Timberwolves lead by 13.
They've been very effective so far. A balanced attack at its best.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Anthony Edwards has been on display for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He put together 10 points in the quarter. We'll be right back after this word. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Timberwolves.
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
Randall at power forward with Reed at center. Dillingham out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Shannon in at the three, the small forward. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Reed sets a screen. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Shannon. The three is up. Reed can't hit. Jazz trail by 13. Here's Collier. No good with a layup.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
DiVincenzo can't hit. And for the Jazz, they're shooting around 50% in the game so far. Uses the glass on the layup. Hendricks has gotten his first bucket of the night.
He's got a knack for finishing inside. That's easy money.
Outside, DiVincenzo. Pass to Randall. Here's Shannon. Three-pointer. Minnesota again missing.
Boy, the defense baits him into taking that shot. Sometimes I say there's a reason you're open.
From the arc. Sinks it from distance. Hendricks has got 5 points.
Oh, beautiful pass. My goodness.
And just about a minute and a half has passed here in the second quarter. Here's Dillingham. Anderson pulls it down. Pass to Collier. Fires for three. And Nurkic throws it down.
Well, Nurkic throwing his big weight around on the offensive glass right there. Go to work, Big Nurk.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
One shot.
And that one misses. Of course, while he's selective about it, Yusuf Nurkic has added a three-pointer to his game.
I think if you're a big in the modern NBA, you understand that your game is always about adapting to what's next. And listen, you have to be selective if you're just adding this element, but Yusuf Nurkic trying to evolve.
It seems to me Julius Randle improves every season, and the more responsibility he's given, it seems the better he performs.
Now here's Randle. In his last outing, 10 points for him.
Boy, after dropping 2 triples in the first quarter, he hasn't hit another yet.
Out to the wing. Here's Collier. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. You got to give Isaiah Collier credit. He's a young player who knows his role, Doris.
One of those guys who's easy to play with because his primary job description is facilitator. Give this young man credit for finding open teammates. That certainly endears you to the veterans.
No good on that one. And one thing you hear coaches say all the time, Doris, finish the cut.
The reason being, you have to let the passer know exactly what you're going to do. If you stop short, so often the ball ends up out of bounds.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Filipowski, he's checked in for Niang. Lauri Markkanen comes in for Hendricks. And Bailey subbed in for Anderson. Here's Shannon. Still no points. Here's Randle. Rebounded by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Markkanen. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Well, Lauri Markkanen comes from a family full of athletes, Graham.
Oh, yes, indeed, B.A. Lauri's mom and dad were both pro basketball players, and so was one of his brothers. And his other brother is a professional soccer player. So it definitely runs in the family.
Shooting 2.
Good for Markkanen. Lots of stretch bigs in the league, Doris. Lauri Markkanen is one of the best at spacing the floor.
What we know, B.A., is that sweet shooting bigs with the kind of size that Lauri has are an invaluable tool in the modern game. Lauri can balance that shooting with his off-the-bounce game. He is the prototypical desired big in the league today.
Now here's Randle. Count it. Randle's got his second basket on the night.
Such a tough proposition guarding Julius Randle in that area. This guy is capable on the interior.
Now for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by. Pass to Markkanen. Markkanen with the tough finish.
Well, we know this guy is always a threat offensively. You can't lose sight of him.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. Edwards, he's checked in for Minnesota. All right, a moment now to bring up last season's top rebounding teams. Number 5, the Jazz.
Boy, their rebounding last year was phenomenal. Great fundamentals, aggressive to the ball. That helped them pull down a lot of second chances.
And it's Edwards with the ball for the T-Wolves. At one point, they led by 16. The 3 is up. Rebounded by the Jazz. They defeated Detroit in their last game.
Sometimes it's difficult to get good looks on the road, but they ran the offense brilliantly.
Well, they knew exactly how to approach that defense. They shot a fantastic percentage because they got quality looks.
Here's Collier. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Markkanen finds Nurkic. Back to Markkanen. Fires from deep. The three-pointer is true from Markkanen.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Minnesota in the lead. Edwards with it. He's got 10. Pass to DiVincenzo. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Reed. It's hauled in by Collier. Utah has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Now Nurkic. Now Filipowski, checked by Randall. Back to Nurkic. To the inside, and he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. And a look now at Minnesota's upcoming schedule. On Sunday, they'll be facing Zach LaVine and the Sacramento Kings. And then on Monday, they'll go up against the Jazz in Utah.
Some might look at this schedule and already mark off how many wins they'll get, but I think that's a mistake. You can never take a night off in the NBA. Even the ones you think will be easy are tough.
And Minnesota making a change here. McDaniels checked in. Kessler, he's checked in for Utah. Taking it right down the lane. Edwards.
All game long, he's been getting to his spots, and the defense has yet to adjust.
Jazz trail by 3. Markkanen outside. Filipowski, the pass to Markkanen. And here's the fast break. For 3, Randall. Kessler with a rebound. On offense, here's Utah. They're on a 15-5 run. To the wing on the left. And here's Bailey for 3. Minnesota with a rebound. Outside Edwards. Inside, McDaniels. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
Oh, such an impressive athlete. Mr. McDaniels, send it in.
Utah has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter in the second so far. Pass to Collier. Here's Bailey. Launches it. Rebound Minnesota. Randall's got his 4th rebound in this one. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thank you so much. Anthony Edwards keeps a tight circle. He said, I've known my whole crew since I was 13, and that's the answer to everything. And the crew includes those voices of wisdom, too. He said, quote, I keep those types of friends around. I'm not the type that always listens, but I'll listen to my elders. EA, back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Here's Bailey. Yet to see a basket. Filipowski sets a screen. Pass to Kessler. Lets it go from deep. Nice D from Reed. The Timberwolves lead by 7. And you look for bright spots in this developing core for Utah, Greg. What stands out?
Well, I think it's the front court, B.A. You have 2 gifted scoring forwards in Markkanen and Bailey. Then you've got Walker Kessler, an elite shot blocker, manning the middle. The big-time throwdown.
Check him out. Keeps the grip on that rim after the finish. A little extra emphasis. This is why you want ball movement and player movement.
And that's made it hard for the defense to key in on any one individual.
Now here's Edwards. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against New York. Takes the 3. Edwards on target.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Gobert's checked in for the Timberwolves. Conley comes in for DiVincenzo. And a switch here also for Utah. George, he's checked in for Collier. And so George will bring it up for the Jazz. 11-point game. Markkanen outside. And the ball out of play. Timberwolves will have it. And here's Minnesota now. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. Here's Edwards. Back to Conley. Reed for 3. Utah grabs the miss. Kessler's got 4 rebounds now. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's on Anthony Edwards. And Grant, when it comes to pure shot-making ability, scouts love Ace Bailey's natural tools.
Yeah, when he's taking good shots, he can carry the offense. He needs to get a little stronger and clean up a few things, but his upside as a scorer is tremendous.
And last season, the Jazz with the worst record in franchise history, Grant.
Yeah, losing with a plan, though. Utah, such a smart organization. If you're going to tear it down to the studs, do it in a good draft year.
Now here's Conley. Edwards can't hit. Markkanen finds George. To the wing, right side. And here's Bailey for three. The rebound by the Timberwolves. At one point, they led by 16. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Knicks.
It was, frankly, embarrassing. I was shocked by their disorganization, and I think they were, too.
Well, frankly, they should be shocked. I mean, that kind of effort simply won't cut it in today's NBA. Let's see if they take any lessons from it.
Now here's George. He has 6. Shot clock at 6. A nice shot by Filipowski. Filipowski's got 4 points in the quarter. Minnesota leading by 8. Now Edwards. Give him 20. Shoots over Bailey. No good off the glass.
Good shot, gone bad. Gotta finish there.
George against Conley. George passes to Bailey. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. George has got his 4th assist in this one.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
And Minnesota with possession here. Now here's Conley. Outside Reed. Pass to Gobert. 6 to shoot. Back to Reed. Minnesota needs to get off a shot. Here's Conley. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Jazz trail by 6. And here's George. That's good. For the day, he's 4 for 6.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
McDaniels finds Gobert. Reed for 3. Rebounded by Bailey.
Boy, this guy has completely lost his focus. Nothing working.
Nice shot by George. And now it's just a 2-point Minnesota lead.
This run has been fueled by their Matador defense.
Every trip up the floor gets more and more important.
Yes, indeed. They badly want to stop the bleeding here.
Outside Edwards. And it's blocked by Kessler.
Such a disruptive defender, Kessler, one of the best shot blockers this league has to offer.
Stolen by Conley. And now the T-Wolves on the break. The 9-footer's on the mark. And the Timberwolves lead by 4. Well, the Jazz shooting has been great. 57% and finding ways to score consistently. Markkanen outside. Back to George. McDaniels against Markkanen. Pass to Filipowski. Stolen by Conley. And here's Reed. Now Edwards. Gobert passes to Edwards. Oh, Kessler with the block.
This guy is a constant threat on the defensive end. Send it back, Walker.
"20 seconds left in the second quarter. Markkanen against McDaniels. Markkanen with it. He's got 12. Just 3 on the clock. No good. Misses at the buzzer. Anthony Edwards has been on display for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's been productive scoring the ball. He's got 20 points so far. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Two quarters of play completed as we welcome you to take a look at some of the upcoming games on the schedule. For the Celtics, they'll be up against the Magic in Orlando. Start time 7 o'clock Eastern.
And on paper, these two are pretty close in terms of talent.
Yeah, that's going to come down to effort and who controls that pace.
And turning our attention back to that first half of action, guys, Anthony Edwards was in complete control.
Sometimes you show up to the game and you just feel it, Ernie. Like, that's how it looked tonight, showing the range and doing it consistently.
I know I'm feeling it. What about you, Kenny?
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
I don't know what it is, but I feel it. And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. And you know, Anthony Edwards has been really making it happen, guys.
I love how effortlessly he scored. The game just comes so easy for him.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Kicking off the second half, here's Will Hardy's 5. We've got Lauri Markkanen, Walker Kessler out there with Kyle Filipowski. Then there's Keontae George, and it's Bailey in at the 2.
This guy always amongst the league leaders in dunks. Gobert is a force around the cup.
Jazz trail by 6. Here's George. Pass to Filipowski. Back to George. Kessler a screen. George passes to Kessler. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. George has got assist number 5 here tonight. And so it's Conley who brings up the ball for the T-Wolves. Outside Edwards. And there's the screen. Now here's Randall. This one for 3. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got rebound number 8 now.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
It's George on the wing. He's guarded by Conley. Randall with a steal. He goes up, and it's Randall with the jam.
Well, Julius Randle in the open floor can be a real problem and shows you that right there.
Jazz trail by 6. Kessler a screen on Edwards. To the paint. And George with the basket on the assist by Bailey. George has got 12 points.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Now here's Edwards. Give him 20. Hits the trifecta.
Good, solid start to the half, hitting 3 out of 4.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Conley against George. Markkanen outside. Over McDaniels. Here's Kessler. And terrific work on the offensive glass as he picks up the deuce.
You simply have got to box out Walker Kessler. This guy gets a lot of his offense from second chance opportunities.
To the middle. Here's Gobert. Oh, easy two for Gobert.
Yeah, just catching your teammate in stride right there. That makes the game easy.
Jazz trail by 7. Here's Bailey. George outside. Clock at 4. Here's Filipowski. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls. 10 points for him.
80% shooting to start the third, 4 for 5.
Conley passes to Randall. Now Gobert. Now Conley. Pass to McDaniels. Off target from outside. The Jazz have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to go since the break. George scanning the floor. Here's Markkanen. The 3 ball. He can't get it to go. McDaniels with some nice D.
Gosh, it feels like he's pressing a little bit, and obviously playing from behind doesn't help.
And that one's good.
Well, don't think twice. Ball touches your hands, you let it go, Anthony Edwards.
Jazz trail by 7. Now here's George. He's got 12. To the inside. Here's Filipowski. It goes again. His 6th basket in 7 tries.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
And here's Conley. Randall outside. Picked by Gobert. Randall with it. And Kessler picks him up defensively. Yep, that one goes.
No, so often the guy who sets the screen. In that instance, Julius Randle with the ball in his hands in the pick and roll. Go ahead, Julius.
George with it. And Grant, this defense of the Timberwolves, one of the league's stingiest.
Well, if you look up and down their lineup, not many weak links for opponents to target. And then, of course, you've got 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, on that back line. BA, they're tough.
Markkanen for 3. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Gobert's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, you love their unselfish play. Keeping that ball moving, good shot to great. That's winning basketball.
Boy, the long ball has been another point of emphasis for this group tonight. Their shooters are finding open spaces and firing without hesitation.
Gobert with a screen on George. Edwards, no good. Jazz trail by 7. George outside. Pass to Kessler. Now Markkanen for 3. Watch that corner. Markkanen.
His first 3 of the half. That gives him 9 total points from beyond the arc so far.
For Minnesota, they've gone 6 for 9 in the half. Outside McDaniels. Minnesota again missing.
I'm not sure he expected to be that wide open and yet somehow comes away empty.
George against Conley. Pass to Markkanen. Now Filipowski. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And here's George from behind the arc. And McDaniels with the rebound. And they're running. Edwards driving. And it's Randall with the jam.
Wow, excellent explosion off his feet by Julius Randle.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Utah making a switch here. Collier's checked in. Looking back at last season, the best when it comes to shot blocking. Well, you look at Kessler, such great timing and instincts. He's the best shot blocker in the league right now.
Even when the ball would swing away from him, he would rotate and challenge the shot.
Jazz trail by 6. Here's George. He's got 12. Over to the left wing, and here's Bailey for 3. Utah with another miss. And here's Randall. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. Here's Collier. He's guarded by Conley. It's good. Collier's got 5 points.
Well, the analytics would say take either that shot or something from downtown.
Minnesota leading by 4. Randall outside. The 3. Utah grabs the miss. Now George. Pass to Collier. Back to George. Utah moving the ball around. Here's Filipowski over Randall. Good work defensively by Randall. Minnesota shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here.
Mike Conley, probably one of the most respected players in the league, and I don't see this guy stopping anytime soon. He brings great effort every single night, plays with a team-minded selflessness, is a big shot maker. This guy has had such a solid, probably underrated career.
Reed's checked in for Minnesota. Now here's Edwards. He's got 25. Here's Randall. Good. The assist goes to Edwards. Edwards got 7 assists in the game.
Boy, you love the determination from Julius Randle. This guy has a knack for scoring against good defense.
Jazz trail by 7. George outside. Pass to Kessler. Reed with the rebound. The Timberwolves have gone 8 of 13 in the second half. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. Utah's gone just 1 of 5 from 3-point range here in the third quarter. Pass to Collier. George against Edwards. To the left side wing. 6 on the shot clock. And Bailey gets it to go.
Yeah, every coach wants assisted buckets. Guys like George, they move the ball.
Down low. Stolen by Kessler. Up top, George. Guarded by Edwards. The putback. Anthony Edwards with a rebound. George with a steal. And stolen by Edwards. Here's Shannon. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Juzang, he's checked in for Minnesota. Dillingham comes in for Edwards. Then for Utah, Nurkic is checked in for Kessler. Hendricks comes in for Filipowski. And Anderson subbed in for Bailey. And Doris, the Wolves, the 6th seed last season. But by point differential, they were the 2nd best team in the West.
It didn't start out smoothly for an organization that made major changes. The massive difference in personnel with Julius and Dante changed how they were structured. But boy, with a young superstar in Anthony Edwards, they figured it out, and I think they're well-positioned moving forward.
And in the last 2 possessions, they've painted a picture of what not to do. Just way too loose with the basketball.
Pass to Shannon. 3-pointer. Offensive rebound. Here's Juzang. For 3, DiVincenzo. He drops it from range. DiVincenzo's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
George against DiVincenzo. 5 on the clock. George outside. Here's the three. A rebound by Shannon. Minnesota leading by 10. Inside. And there's 1:45 left in the third quarter here. Here's Juzang. Off target from three-point range.
And that's a strong closeout defensively. Great effort to deter the shot.
Here's Collier. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Collier's got 4 points in the quarter.
It doesn't get any easier than that. The defense has to play better.
Pass to Reed. Here's Dillingham. Here's Juzang. No points so far. Pulls it. Rebounded by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds in the game. 51 seconds left in the third quarter. Anderson passes to Nurkic. Rebound Minnesota. At one point, they led by 16. To the inside. Here's Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
Oh, nice finish from Naz Reid. That's the kind of play that can give your team a spark.
.36 seconds left in the third. Now here's George. He's got 12 from 11 feet away. Here's Nurkic. And Nurkic throws it down.
And I'll tell you what, this is a guy who doesn't take a break at all on the boards.
Yeah, doing serious work. He likes being an anchor on the glass.
Well, but as defenders keep forgetting to box him out, he continues to just make them pay.
The Jazz making a switch here. Markkanen's checked in. That's good from Nurkic.
Well, you love the competitiveness you get nightly from Yusuf Nurkic. The other thing you love is commitment to team, willing to back up teammates.
Here's Juzang, still without a bucket. Here's Dillingham. The layup misses. And so it's Minnesota closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. They've been aggressive in transition and find themselves in front. We'll be back in a moment. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Randall at power forward with Reed at center. Dante DiVincenzo out there with Dillingham. And it's Shannon in at the small forward position. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Pass to Hendricks. Shoots over Randall. And Hendricks gets it to go.
You know, he's been giving them points, but they still can't seem to get over the hump tonight.
Here's Dillingham. Now here's Randall. It's rebounded by Hendricks. Jazz trail by 5. And here's Anderson. Pass to Collier. Back to Anderson. Reed with the rebound. Minnesota leading by 5. Here is DiVincenzo. Gets the three to fall.
Well, we know DiVincenzo loves to shoot the long ball. The defense, you've got to be there to contest.
We've gone about a minute and a half into this fourth quarter. Pass to Nurkic. Here's Collier. Markkanen outside. There's the triple. Rebound, Minnesota. Reed's got 4 rebounds now. Shannon.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he drops the first. So he gets them both. Jazz trail by 10. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Here's Collier. No good, off the front rim. And so Randall will bring it up for Minnesota. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. It's good on the putback. And the Timberwolves lead by 12.
I love that kind of energy from Naz Reid. You don't give up on a play.
Here's Collier. Check by Randall to the middle. And Nurkic with the basket on the assist from Collier. Collier's got assist number 5 here tonight. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Randall, the pass to DiVincenzo. Back to Randall. Shoots over Anderson. The rebound by Markkanen. Jazz trail by 10. Pass to Collier. Markkanen outside. From 7. Hendricks, no good. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Dillingham, no good.
Trying to close out. You got to know who's hot and who's not.
Here's Collier. Oh, and Reed with a block.
Boy, Naz Reid giving you a high level of rim protection right there.
And Kyle Anderson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Edwards is checked in. And a switch here also for Utah. Kessler, he's checked in for Hendricks. And the shot goes down.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
Here's Collier. We played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Knocks down the triple.
He's hit 4 now from behind the arc, 2 in each half, making an impact.
Minnesota leading by 9. Randall with it. Outside Edwards. Outside DiVincenzo. 5 to shoot. Pass to Reed. Launches a 3. Utah grabs the miss. Kessler's got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
Boy, the team doing pretty well despite his offensive struggles right now.
Here's Collier. Markkanen for 3. It's rebounded by Anthony Edwards. The Timberwolves have gotten 3 of 8 shot attempts to find the net here in the fourth quarter. Here's Randall. Yes, and it's Edwards picking up the assist. Randall's got 10 points in just the second half.
Well, the effectiveness of Julius Randle, wherever he is on the floor, the mid-range, one of those tools in the toolbox.
Here's Collier. DiVincenzo covering. Here's Kessler. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. At one point, they led by 16. Kessler against Randall. Back to Edwards. It home.
Anthony Edwards has got his rhythm, and he's got a well-rounded offensive game. Look out.
And it's Utah with the ball, trailing by 13. Here's Collier. DiVincenzo covering. And another miss by Utah. The Timberwolves have got 5 out of 10 shots to drop here in the final quarter. No good from outside. Utah's gone only 1 of 4 from the perimeter here in this fourth quarter. Pass to Anderson. Now here's Nurkic. Fires from the wing. That one drops for him.
Oh, don't you love the confidence Yusuf Nurkic has? Normally, guys, he's setting a screen or trying to open teammates. This time it's a little catch and shoot.
Now here's Edwards. Getting a good look. Edwards.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Jazz trail by 13. Now Anderson. Pass to Collier. Hauled in by DiVincenzo. The Timberwolves have gotten 6 of 12 shots to go here in this fourth quarter. Shannon's shot is off. The Jazz shooting at 31% here in this fourth quarter. Here's Anderson, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Anderson's got his first 2 points.
Well, this is where Anderson has functioned for most of his career. So savvy on the interior.
Here's Edwards. And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. Doors for teams looking to trade away a big money player. It seems the landscape is getting more challenging.
BA, to me, roster construction is one of the single most difficult things in this league. First and foremost, there are rules in place that restrict salary acquisition. The other piece of this is there are now second aprons in place. So it's not just roster construction, it's sustaining a quality roster over time and keeping that continuity. Success in this league is tough.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. He said to his guys, this one is not over yet. You have worked hard for this lead, and we are not about to give it up now. Stay focused and keep hustling. Back to you guys.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Now here's George, and here's Bailey for 3. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. George has got 8 assists in the game. Outside Edwards. Pass to Randall. To the paint. Here's Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
Well, terrific movement from the big man. Rudy Gobert starting to master the screen and roll.
Now here's George. Pass to Kessler. And stolen by Edwards. Here's Conley. Ooh, nice D from George. Jazz trail by 10. Here's Bailey. And here's Kessler over Gobert. And it's off the back of the rim. No good. Conley passes to Gobert. Lets the 3 fly. That shot, no good. Good D by Kessler. And we may have an injury here. That does not look good.
And I'll tell you, that's the very last thing you want to see.
I just feel so bad for him. What he's going through right now, you just have to hope and pray that it's not too serious.
Collier, he's checked in for Utah. Jazz trail by 10. Pass to Bailey. Now Filipowski. Clock at 6. Shoots over Randall. The shot by Filipowski, no good. And here's Randall. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. At one point, they led. Oh! Rudy on the lob!
Well, spectacular athleticism from the 7-foot center Gobert. Wow.
Markkanen against McDaniels. Now here's Markkanen. Defense right on him. Bailey. The triple drops.
He's looked like a totally different player in the second half. That's his third triple.
Minnesota leading by 9. And here's Edwards. Conley looking for an opening. Now Gobert. Oh, a gorgeous feed. He hammered it down.
Well, this is obviously a bonus when Rudy Gobert gets hot like this. You might as well keep feeding the big man.
For the Jazz, this one not looking good. Here's Collier. And Gobert with a block. There's 1:47 left in the fourth.
Well, Mike has specialized over the years in being able to...
Well, maybe a little bit of a use it or lose it situation with the coach's challenge. Probably won't make a difference to the outcome, but they still want to review the call.
People were worried that this would slow the action down. But with so many...
The previous play is under review.
Adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Down it goes!
I'll tell you, this team has not had an answer for Anthony Edwards. They shouldn't feel alone, though. He's put a lot of work on a lot of teams.
Now here's Markkanen. Here's Bailey, guarded by Edwards. Cash from downtown!
This is the value of having those stretch bigs. Very hard to contest that jumper.
And so Conley will bring it up for the T-Wolves. Right side, Edwards. Randall outside, fires the three. Bailey pulls it down. Jazz trail by 10. Now Kessler. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard.
And the clock will wind down on this one. Just a solid effort and a good win for the Timberwolves.
They paid the price for sloppy ball control before, but tonight they kept it locked up tight.
Yeah, they did. And at the other end, they were very disruptive defensively.
And it's a performance that will signify their 5th win of the year.
It's just the start of this season series with 3 games left between them, but it must feel great to take the first meeting.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Anthony Edwards.
We saw him get a lot of touches tonight, and he wasted very few of them. Really made himself the backbone of their offense.
Julius Randle has been a consistent producer in this league for a long time. This guy, an absolute matchup nightmare.
And so he makes both from the line. And it's Utah with the ball. It's a 14-point game. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. And now the T-Wolves on the break. Oh, some nice teamwork in transition.
With very little left on the clock, they've got a comfortable lead, and the fans are loving it.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
And he racks up 2. And so it's Minnesota easily grabbing this one. And remember, tonight's win means they're 1-0 in the NBA Cup. A great start to the group stage.
Well, getting that first win under your belt is huge. They still have 3 games left, but they're in a great position going forward.
And that about wraps it up. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, This is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. And as we leave you, here's a look at our player of the game, Julius Randle.